You said what?
And we're recording. Okay. So I got into class. I'm sitting there talking about education, and talking on to Jesse Kloth out of Columbus. We're just talking about a lot of good issues. So okay. So I'm in class and I'm talking about how education sucks and how you know, how it's kind of it's real frustrating. Then he was like, well, do you consider yourself a smart person? And I was like, yeah. He was like, well, weren't you educated with the American education system? And I was like, yeah, but like, fuck my education. Like, seriously, like, fuck my education. And when I said that, there was a person in the audience that was like, gasp, you know, like, oh my God, he just said the F word. And then immediately, actually, the professor had defended the use of it and saying, well, we're all adults here, so, you know, we can use it. But he gave me an intellectual analysis of why he thinks that I use it. And he says that he thinks that I use it because nobody's listened to me. And the only way I can get people to listen to me is by throwing, you know, I'm not just mad, but I'm fucking mad, you know. I hate my education. I'm serious about my education. I'm really frustrated about it. I'm going to be a teacher, so if I'm going to be an educator, I have to provide something useful to the students. I have to really feel like I have something to offer. And this teacher education, you know, program is not.
Power, man, that's good shit. You're speaking truth to power. That's exactly what you need to do. Did you see what I did on Occupy Columbus on the website?
Kind of. I saw how you said like fuck Occupy Columbus. I'm doing some other shit.
Yeah, man. I told the motherfuckers out, man. They were wrong on a whole bunch of shit, you know. So with our 11,000 people watching and shit, you know what I mean? I was like, man, fuck these people and fuck these people. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is Jesse here's Bird Vegas. I'm quitting. I'm done. Fuck all y'all.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, well, do you think there's something to that? Like, I'm just not being listened to, and so we were talking about the use of the N-word, right? And I guess that's, I'm allowed to say N-word, that's acceptable, but you say whenever, you know, if I ever...
Fuck it, man, we're on camera, let's, you know what I'm saying, let's get niggerish, I guess.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I actually have a strong, you know, aberration against the word. So, like, I don't know, just with you, like I say, because you're down with the cause. You got Malcolm X posters everywhere, and you're like, you know, walking through the ghetto, just challenging every person in the world in Cincinnati. So, like, you know,
yeah, I did.
And you,
one night,
and you, well, it was badass. It was badass, and you can rap. So I'm just saying, like, you do have, like, I don't know, and I think, like, when we had that one conversation, I brought this up into Malcolm X debate club about who was blacker than the other person. I told you that there was this black chick that was in Cincinnati that was going to give me a place to stay because I needed a spot to stay, but then I started getting confused because she's really attractive. And I was like, oh, and by the way, she's black. And then you said something like, oh, hell, I'm blacker than you. And I kind of conceded the argument. I was kind of like, yeah, I guess you kind of are. But like, what were we talking about? Like, the way I thought of it was basically all the positive characteristics that I have with the black culture is like, you know, I see those in you. So like self-expressive, black people are very expressive people. I think you're an expressive person. You do have rhymes, you know, you do rap. You're also down with the cause. You're down with, you know, Malcolm X with Black Power. So that's pretty progressive, you know, for a white person to embrace Malcolm X like we do. So, I mean, what was that? Like, what are we talking about? Like, basically, that's sort of, you're blacker than me?
I'll put it to you like this, Johnny. Can you hear me? Can the camera hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Alright, well, here's the deal. My name is Verbs, and I'm the #1 honky in Ohio. And, Johnny, you rank higher than damn near anybody. You're my fucking best friend. I mean, I actually, like, posted on Facebook, I think, that you were my best friend. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're right, man. You're right on damn near everything, you know what I mean? But, I mean, I've been on this shit for so long, man. I've been here and I've been there, you know what I'm saying, from the projects to the fucking Greenbrier to whatever, man, and so I done seen some shit that you just ain't seen, bro. I ain't seen this shit. I've been involved in shootings and, you know what I'm saying, people shooting back, you know what I'm saying, and robberies and dumb shit, man. And, you know, I don't know.
Another thing out of the black community that I don't see in the white community is like solidarity. And again, I mean, we'll bring up, you know, nigga. Like black people use nigga a lot as a term of endearment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I've had black people call me that, and like it kind of puts me in a weird spot because it's kind of like, you know, it's like thank you, but at the same time I'm not allowed to actually say it back. So like what, I don't know, in a way, there's a bonding experience that black people have, and it's from a collective oppression, and I understand it and I get it, but there's nothing comparable like that to white people. If I was to go up to a white person and be like, hey, what's up, motherfucker? You know, I feel like they'd be like, what did you just call me? Like, I mean, nah, we friends. We all fuckers, you know, we all fuckers.
What do you say when you run into a white guy though?
Just,
hey, good morning, brother.
Yeah, I match energy. That's sort of what I've been doing. Yeah, basically, hey there, John. Hey, Bob. How you doing, Bob?
Well, see, then you're actually failing because right now what you're doing is you're.
I don't talk to white people. I don't know. That was more of a joke. I don't.
Thing, and then you feel all weird about what you're saying to the black people. Like I fucking, if I run into a man with dreads, I'm like, what's up, brethren? You know what I mean? You got dreads, brethren.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I come with some patchwork. You know what I mean? Like I fucking run into somebody with a whole bunch of Atlanta shit on. I might start talking about Outkast or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I mean, I don't know, man. I behave in a different way than you do, man. And your way is better than mine in general. You know what I'm saying? You're doing more shit. You're speaking truth to power. You're fucking handling business and doing your shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just an observer in this whole mess at this point. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm crazy and I don't do shit. You know what I mean? I don't do shit, Johnny. You fucking know this. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck am I going to talk to girls about? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got this place for free, son.
Why not? Why not? Why not? I mean, we're talking about women now, but like, why can't you just say that, hey, like I'm a person out in this world and you're a person out in this world, so let's be people together. You know, why is it going to be more complicated than that?
I mean, oh wow, we did really switch topics, didn't we?
Can't women just love us for who we are, you know, and not for our resources? Can't we like feel like we're like people ourselves?
Can we feel like we're people ourselves?
I don't know. I just feel like I fall in love a lot, and I can fall in love with a woman who is not a nice person, okay? And this is hierarchy.
I love with a woman that you've never met.
But I don't want to be a bitch of a bitch. I don't want to be a bitch of a bitch. I don't want to like just love a person's vagina who's shitty to me, who talks bad about me, who rolls her eyes at me and just treats me like an asshole. That seems like a horrible existence. I'm going to be like basically beat up for the rest of my life if she's like that in the beginning. It can't get better. Like it only can go downhill from there, right? And I know how I am. I'm a good man. I love my women. Like I love them. Like I'm ready to ride or die. I'm ready to fucking, you know, go into the, I don't know, you know, get a stupid job or do whatever it takes in order to make sure our team works. And if I'm a bitch of a bitch, I'm basically, the way I've felt with like the 3 serious relationships is afterwards, I felt like they didn't even give a shit. They didn't even love me. They didn't even care. Like, I mean, if I was cold or something, or if I was out there, like, you know, I would give them a ride, but it's like, hey, can I get a ride? It's like, oh, how dare you? It's like I was exhausted. I was poor in spirit and everything. It just sucked because it was like I'm ready to fucking go to war, and then they're kind of like basically slightly annoyed with my company.
So many opportunities and so many things like looking forward to you. You know what I mean? You have a hardship. Let me not understate that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, apart from that, you deal with that. You know what I'm saying? You got good shit going on. You know what I mean?
No, I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, but
what are you trying to say?
I'm sitting around waiting on a retirement check. I'm going to be on retirement for the rest of my life. For $750 a month.
Good. You figured out a way to fuck the system over. And like, in a way, like I'm just on college loans, so how much more do I have than you?
Well, you're doing it in indentured servitude because the only way that you can escape those loans is to be on Social Security disability like me.
Right, and actually I am more on the loans for survival and for society's perspective of having a degree You know, I'm not really getting anything out of the education itself. I think whatever I learn on my own is what I actually learn. And they stimulate me, but they stimulate me like in a bad way because it's like I have such an apparatus.
Can I ask you a very difficult question?
Yeah, go ahead. Ask all the questions you got.
So with today's security concerns, man, like you're studying to be a fucking elementary or middle school or junior high school teacher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's this case that you're dealing with right now is going to mean for that?
If it's, I mean, exactly. That's exactly what I'm staring at. It's do or die, you know. I think it would break me. I think I would have to, like, find, I guess, an alternative fucking education or do the private schools. But it's not like, I'm still a good teacher, so that sucks. Like, you know, if, I don't know. That would suck. That would suck.
How bad do you want to be a teacher?
It's part of my revolution plan. I got to get into the middle class, and I kind of wanted to be a lawyer, but I was like, I aim for a teacher. I'll enjoy that. It's kind of a little bit lower in the whole scale of, you know, the power in society, but I think I can make a decent enough wealth, be middle class, have a good running car, not be worried about, you know, whether or not my car is going to break down. And so I'll be able to be more free. I'll be able to do more things and fight for, you know, the good fight with a little bit more money. As a poor person, I'm just kind of throwing stones, you know, from the ground, and it's not doing anything. I mean, I'm just a Palestinian basically throwing stones at the Israeli army, and it's not stopping anything.
Man, when I did fucking 6 protests in 2 weeks in 4 or 5 cities, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was cool, man. I did some shit, and I'm broke, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna, you got it better than me. Like, you can buy your own weed and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But
hey, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Ohio versus Kentucky.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to talk about that.
Okay. It's because Ohio's a shithole of a state anyways. I wouldn't want to defend your state anyways.
I'm just saying, man, we're having a great conversation, man.
Yeah, no, I guess I appreciate it. I'm just thinking more for the audience, not for ourselves.
Oh, right. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Well, yeah, well then, fuck it.
Well, no, that's fine. Let's go back to the thing. We were having a good conversation. What, you said that I'm better than you or something like that, like in terms of, like, I don't think I am. I mean, I got all the ideas in my head that I want to do, but I'm not actually...
I think I've been pretty conciliatory and fucking, like, letting my guts spill and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to live my life out in this motherfucker, man. And, I don't know, man. I got the opportunities to do a bunch of cool shit. You know, I went to see the anarchists that the FBI entrapped in order to entrap them into a bomb plot on a bridge. I watched them get sentenced, man, to say,
hey, I got something for you.
Can I let out?
I got something for you.
Let out. I went to, I don't know, I was in Cincinnati, Akron, Columbus, and Mansfield, and Cleveland in like 5 days, man. Okay, what are you going to ask me?
Well, I'm not asking, I just got something to say. Well, we were talking about the N-word earlier, and my essential argument, I guess, is it's not that I just want to say the word, but I think there's a hierarchical relationship to it, and you can kind of make your point more poignant. But there's this, I forget the dude's name. He was like a gay black man in the 60s or 70s, and he was talking about the N-word. He was like, I always knew growing up that I wasn't the... What?
William Baldwin, Tell It to the Mountains?
Yeah, William Baldwin, Tell It to the Mountains. Exactly. He was talking about how he wasn't, he goes, I'm not the nigger. Then he started thinking about, well, who is it? And he says, well, it came out of white people's minds. It came out of their brains. So who is it? It's the person that created the word. Who created that image? So I'm not the nigger. You're the nigger. And it goes back to that one conversation about that one white supremacist who had that girlfriend, and he said the worst thing in the world to him was, nigger. That was the worst thing in the world to this white supremacist guy. And whenever he hated it, it was the worst thing in the world. But the girlfriend, whenever he would get into an argument with her, she would just say it over and over again to his face, just be like, nigger, 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 like right into his face. And I felt like that was so just. that he created this word in his mind that's the worst thing in the world, and she was throwing that word right in his face, which she should do since he's the nigger. She was right. So the white supremacist is the nigger. So with that as a pre-context, I'm typing on topics here. So, amongst progressives, yes, you're right. Like, cut back the use of the N-word. But I live in Kentucky, okay? And Kentucky is a big